morning, Sunday, May 25th. And we have a suspension bridge. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a platform. One, two.
Where's your pole? Lots of fish. Hanging out down there. Look at them all. Oh, swimming away. There they go. They're like, see ya. There they are on this side too.
Oh, I see him, a little sunfish down there. Kind of hard to see. We got all the reflection of the trees and the
Beaver
wall.
Dam. Anybody home?
Oh yeah, there's some fish down in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them or not. Oh, there's one right there.
Yep.
Got him in the radar.
Yep. There's one right here. Swimming sideways.
A little bit of a current here, I guess. In case you can't tell, I am like bouncing here while Fun Fact is going across the other side. Makes it a little weird to walk when it's bouncing because you're thinking you're stepping down and the floorboards are coming up to meet you. Nice. All right, something a little different, something to add to our day. And seeing the fish. It's a little ways across. We're not far from Lynchburg, Virginia. The reservoir is coming up after a climb. So I'll let you know when we get there.
Yeah, pretty simple structure here.
Yep.
They probably get way down up.
And I will see you later. Good afternoon. Sunday, May 25th. I know my last night's video said it was April 25th, but that wasn't true. So, let's see. We are, I don't even know how far we walked today. Nothing major. I think we're at least 8 miles in. About 7 more to go, or 8 more to go. It's about halfway there. Huh. All right, so we crossed the suspension bridge this morning. Took a little video of that. You could actually see the fish down in the water. I don't know if they were trout. I'm guessing they were trout by the way they were moving and darting. Some of them had a little size to them. No snakes. I think Fun Fact saw a lizard, but it was gone by the time I got to it. So let's see what else happened today. Oh, we went around the Lynchburg Reservoir. Stopped and had lunch by a water source because one of my bottles was almost empty, so I got my bottle refilled. I had 2 tortillas. One had a barbecue chicken. Oops, sorry. One had a barbecue chicken on it. I almost dropped the phone. And the other one was peanut butter jelly and honey. And then I had a Butterfinger and a bar of a sort. And just to make sure that it says trail. Okay. So yeah, overall it's been a pretty good, it's really nice out still, especially walking in the shade. I did sit in the sun at lunchtime. I'm not sure why I did, but I did. I guess I felt like I needed some sunshine, some vitamin D while I could get it. This is almost basically and generally like a road. I don't know if it's a Forest Service road, but it's also DAT. I'll take it. All right, no real views today. It was hard to see the reservoir through the trees with the camera, so I didn't take any pictures of that. Because it wouldn't have made much sense. It would look like I was taking a picture of leaves. So overall today we haven't really had a lot of climb. Right after the 800 mile marker, which we crossed this morning, was an uphill, but it wasn't much more than maybe a half mile at the most. So we did that okay. No problems there. I did have to fix my pack at lunchtime. I don't know what happened, but there was something that was poking me. I think it was a fill valve or something for the part of my tent or something. I took everything out again and repacked it and turned it, and it's fine now, but I'm sure I have a mark on my back from this morning. This is quite pleasant. Very pleasant walk through here. Nothing compared to the last few days, that's for sure. The last few days had some serious amounts of incline, which we were kind of spoiled and got used to that. All right, that's an update on the morning, and we'll see what this afternoon brings. And when I see something interesting, I'll let you know. I'll talk to you soon. Well, there you have it. I just stood back there and read that entire sign out loud, very carefully, explaining the next 1.4 miles of remnants of a community of freed slaves. And apparently it didn't record any of it. So, yeah, the next 1.4 miles is, there will be some remnants, I guess, of a community that we may be able to see. If I do, I'll be sure to share it with you. I'll talk to you soon. Hey there. How you doing?
Good.
Good. I haven't seen you in quite a while.
Yeah.
Still at
I'm
it.
bouncing around.
That's all right. Hey, good afternoon. It is a little after 3 o'clock, Sunday, May 25th. We stopped at the Brown Mountain Shelter just to, there's a stream that runs right by, so we took a pack break and took our shoes and socks off, went down to the river or the brook or creek, whatever you want to call it, and soaked the feet for a little bit. Water's really nice and cold, so that was refreshing. Washed my legs off a little bit, and just with cold water. We're gonna push on the next 6 miles, I guess. And we got about a 2.5 mile climb coming up once we hit the road, which is in like 2 miles. And then once we hit that road, we're gonna be climbing for the next 2.5 miles. So, and then after that, I believe it's down towards the shelter, and then the shelter is 0.6 miles from the trail. I hate it when they're that far away, because you're doing over a mile of walking just to get to the shelter and back out to the trail. So hopefully it's not a steep incline down. Been there before. And then first thing in the morning, you got a steep incline to get out of the shelter and back to the trail, but it is what it is. Gonna be hitting a 16-miler today. That's good. That's a good day. So, and just fun fact was writing in the logbook, I think. So I told him I was just gonna walk slowly, and I decided I'd do a little video, catch you up. We have not, at this point, seen any remnants of an old settlement. I mean, you can imagine, but as far as actually seeing like a foundation of any sort, haven't really seen that. So I've been looking up both sides of the trail and down in the woods and up on the hill. And a pretty mild walk through here along the river. The size of these leaves, they're huge. They're bigger than my hand. Like giant palm leaves. Sun's still shining. See, it's warm. It's probably in the 70s. So we haven't pushed ourselves really hard to get the 16 miles today. Just wanted to get my legs warmed up a little bit here before get putting on any speed, I guess. Not that there's going to be a lot of speed today anyway, so in the 70s, it's just a little warm for that. So it's a very pleasant walk through here. You can hear the creek in the background. Topped off my water bottle again because I had drank a little better than half of it, so put some more electrolytes in there and topped it off. It's shady right here. That's pretty nice. A little bit of a breeze coming in. Oh, here's something. Oh, this might be something that has to do with that little colony. Very well could be like a hand dug well or something. It's not big enough to be a foundation or anything. Probably a spring right there. Ooh, this is probably a foundation in here. That's what I'm guessing. Because I see over there as well. Put it in a corner. Looks like something in there, you know, like
Oh. An old,
well, hand dug well. There might be a spring there.
yeah.
I don't think it's foundation because it's too small, but there is, you know, more rocks there, more rocks here. That could very easily have been some kind of a remains of the settlement that was in here. Nice flat spot right here too. In 1900s was the settlement in here. Some freed slaves made their home here. Makes sense, right next to a babbling brook. I think there's more back here. I hate to just tromp through the woods, but first I'll look for poison ivy maybe. Could have been just a stone wall back here. Hard to tell looking through all the leaves, but could have been foundation of stone at some point in time.
Look like a foundation?
Well, I'm not sure. It kind of goes across there. There's a huge rock right there, but that could have been a stone wall, but
Hard to tell.
it was, you know, quite a while ago. 1900s when they... Yeah. Yeah, that's what it said. Very small houses in there. So that is a good possibility. Nice flat area right there too. So. All right, I guess we'll get walking, and if I see anything else that looks interesting, I'll stop and let you know. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. So we found some remnants. Looks like maybe a chimney, maybe a partial wall. We're gonna try to walk across this big log to get over there because it doesn't look like the trail. So, in fact, I already slid down this bank.
So the trail's up there. I'm coming down here across this log.
Let's see if we can get across this without falling into the...
Alright. That's the start, though.
That's what makes me nervous. I can probably... You know what? I think we can do this. What do you think? All right. Be brave and stupid all at the same time. Yeah. Let's go do some sketchy shit. Do-da, do-da. Hope we get away with it. Oh, do-da day.
Pretty good. I just right where you see the bark coming off.
Yeah, I see the bark coming off.
It did move on me, but
It's moving a little bit, so. This is so much fun. Feel like a grandma walking across here. Sorry, Grandma.
we are in the middle of the woods doing sketchy shit.
Let's go do some sketchy shit. Do-da, do-da. Hope we get away with it. Oh, do-da day. So if I had walked faster, I probably would have been a little better, but the bark is loose under our feet.
Right here.
So this is going to be worth it. We got a corner of a building there. It looks like we got a little, whoa.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
All slippery.
Yeah, have a seat.
Bad.
Well, that's because the bark just came off. All right. So,
We came out here to see this old settlement. Whether these were freed slaves that settled here.
no mortar in between the stones. They're all just stacked. Where the chimney flew up the middle of that fireplace. Pretty cool. And now you know why we can't get anywhere during the day.
Yeah.
It's okay. I needed to see this. So look at this. That's the corner of one of the... Wow. Pretty neat. That fireplace is pretty massive, actually.
So. Out here, and of course we had to cross the tree to get to it.
That's every bit of 6 or 7 feet across there. That's a big fireplace.
It's pretty high.
Wow.
Well,
Awesome.
and we have to get back across.
Yeah, now we have to get back across. I'm thinking that maybe that bark is really loose on that. Yeah. Let's see. So here is the living along the Brown Mountain Creek, which is, you saw, we just checked out that remnants there. It says the hills and hollows of the Appalachian Trail may hold secrets through a keen eye and a creative imagination can unravel. As you travel south along the next 1.4 section of the trail, you can see the remnants of a small community along the Brown Mountain Creek. It was a unique community in which inhabitants were freed slaves. Here, living as sharecroppers, they raised tobacco, oats, wheat, and corn. Former resident, Mr. Taft Hughes, explained how the sharecroppers paid rent. My dad paid a fourth of the crop if you owned your team. You only paid a fourth. But if you didn't own your team, the landlord had to furnish a team. You had to give half of what you made. There was a grits mill in the community that ground corn to make cornmeal. The sharecroppers paid Joe Davis, the mill owner, 1/8 of their corn payment for grinding their corn. This community disbanded in the early 1920s when they sold their land to the Forest Service. Pretty cool. All right, I'm moving right along here. I'll get to the next shelter by 10 tonight at this rate, but I don't worry about that. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.